half. We'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
So on the floor for Houston, at the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Smith is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Adams in at the center position.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, "It feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time." Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
Oh, David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, DA, thanks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Van Vliet way outside. The Rockets again can't hit.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Clark famously, Fred Van Vliet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size, but man, when you look at his intangibles, it's hard to not be impressed with what Fred Van Vliet has done. He is an incredible basketball player, smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player. Green is so agile. Even when Jalen has the ball in his hands, he can outrun a lot of guys.
And here's Jordan outside. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Smith's got his 4th rebound in this one. Green against Jordan. And that one's good. Green's got 4 points this quarter.
Green finds ways to get it done inside. Really intelligent as a scorer.
From deep and again for 3.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And another one falls. Amazing.
And his tear continues. Another 60-point game. I've never seen anything like this.
And now has the record for the most 60-plus point games in a row. Smith kicks to Thompson.
2 minutes.
Adams with the screen on Levine. Thompson with it, now guarded by Vucevic. Puts one up from 19. Ball with the rebound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Good, another from 3.
Splashes home another 3, and he moves into second place all time with that make for a game.
Greg, you have to think that every time he releases the ball from deep, it's going to go in. He just keeps raining it down on him.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Shoots the 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Thompson. They kick it out to Green. Van Vliet wide open. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Van Vliet's got 6 points.
Van Vliet has a quick trigger at the arc. He's not one to hesitate, not when he's got a shot like that.
The 3 from MP, and again for 3.
There it is, a shot that puts him at the top of the record book.
Well, Greg is now tied for the mark for most threes in a single game. In one word, amazing.
Green just levitates to the rack. A 40-inch plus vertical will allow you to do that.
And here's Jordan now connects again from distance.
The barrage continues, and he's now broken his own record. It's a new mark for the most triples ever in a game.
He said it. If anyone's going to do it, it may as well be me. And he keeps raising the bar. higher and higher. Triple after triple. Catch him if you can.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Now here's Green. Out to Smith. Jacks up a three. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead, and this one may already have been decided. It's the Bulls. Welcome back, everyone, as we continue on our records. The switch here. MV's checked in. Houston with a big group substitution here. Adams, he's checked in for Green. Smith comes in for Tari Eason. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Josh Giddey is out there with Torrey Craig. Then it's Jalen Smith. Then it's MP. And it's Dosunmu in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. The 3. Another bucket. Wow!
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
And here's MP for yet another bucket.
And he's now tied for the 4th most points in an NBA game all time. He is knocking down everything.
It's truly one of the greatest games in league history. He cannot miss. Thompson misses. For Chicago, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. From deep, again, what an avalanche!
The good times keep rolling. Now tied for 2nd all-time in scoring for a game.
Well, you know, the way he's been able to maintain his focus on offense all game, GA, the defense throws everything at him, but he still is scoring.
And to think when the night started that we'd see someone match Kobe.
Good, that's another bucket.
And he is ripping through this defense and continues his assault on the record books.
That score moving him clearly into 2nd place for most points in a game.
And with 81 in the rearview mirror, he only has the great Wilt Chamberlain and his 100 mark left, a record nobody thought would be touched. But this is the closest anybody has ever come.
Buzelis is checked in for Torrey Craig. Thompson right side. Here's Adams. And just miss after miss right now.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Jordan.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Giddey against VanVleet. Here's Smith. Count it from 12.
Not an easy shot for a young player, but Smith Jr. really smooth that time.
VanVleet against Giddey. Pass to Green. Smith on the wing. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
It's important that you have big men who can shoot in this day and age, and this guy can really stretch the floor.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.